Hey everybody, I'm Alice Ford and I make these videos every week. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about solar powered generators and power banks. As a lot of you guys know, I spend a lot of my time outdoors, hiking, camping, backpacking, and just being in places where I don't always have access to a place to charge any of my devices or my camera batteries. So I've gone through a lot of different power banks and generators trying to find the perfect one for all my different situations. Now for me personally, not only do I need to make sure that my phone and my GoPro and my maybe USB powered cameras are able to get recharged, but I need to make sure that the camera that I'm shooting on right now, my Canon, I'm able to charge those batteries. And in March, I'm going to be hiking Kilimanjaro, so finding a generator that would actually charge something other than just USB has been a really big challenge for me. I do have a couple of generators that I love for different things, and I'm going to tell you about them briefly and show you kind of like what they can charge, what they can't, how long it takes them to fill up on power, how long they last when you are using them continuously without recharging, and I'm going to talk to you about one of my favorite little backpacks here that is great for any sort of like hiking, camping, or backpacking when you just need a day pack. Now this is the ECEEN, it's ECEEN little day backpack, and as you can see, it's got a little solar panel on the front here. It just snaps on to the front of the backpack, which makes it super simple for carrying it. I'm going to take it off here and show it to you a little bit more in depth. So it's a pretty small solar panel, as you can see, and it connects directly to this power bank that is just stored in the back here. And it connects via a little USB cable. And this thing is great, this power bank, once it's fully charged, which you can also do via like any USB device at home before you go out on your adventure. It will charge your phone about 4 times, or a GoPro, whatever it is else that you have that might be USB driven. And the great thing about this is that you can keep this plugged in while you're camping or hiking, walking down a trail, anytime where your back is going to be in full sun, and it's going to keep charging this all day long. The other great thing about this is that you can actually, if you want, put your cell phone in this little container, plug that in with a USB charger, and then you can be charging your cell phone the entire day via the solar panel. Now the other really great thing about this backpack is that it does fit a camelback. So it's not very big inside, but you can fit, you know, a change of clothes, some other emergency stuff, definitely snacks, extra water, and a couple of other things that you might need on your hike. The one thing that is nice about this is that because it does already have these pre-drilled holes here, you can kind of jerry-rig it to any backpack. I've actually put this on my bigger backpack just with some carabiners, and then I can still take this power bank and charge my phone. Next on my list is this guy right here. This is the Goal Zero Yeti 400. Now this generator is able to do not only USB but also AC, so you can plug other things into it like a lamp, or for me, my camera charger for my Canon. Anything that runs by AC power, you can also plug directly into anything with USB, and you can also plug this into a car battery if you want to sequence power to something else. And you can do many different solar panels that will connect to this also in sequence. So this is a really great item if you are going to be setting up a base camp somewhere or have a camper van, something like that. And this actually comes in a bunch of different sizes. So this is the 400, as I said, but they start all the way down at 120, I believe, and go up to about 3,000. So it just depends on the size of things that you're trying to power and what you're trying to power, how long you're trying to power things for. So this one, I have done it with a really big 120 watt solar panel before and tried to charge it. It does take a long time. So if I were going to have this at, say, a base camp for a multi-day backpacking trip and we were driving in, we could set up our camp via vehicle, I would probably bring this and bring a couple of solar panels that I could maybe put on the roof of my car to be able to keep charging it. It takes about a day to charge by the wall, so that's another thing that you can do. It actually does have a wall charger, so before you go out, you can plug this guy in. It just gets plugged in right here and then into the wall, and then this takes about a day to charge before you leave on your adventure, which is always a really great idea. And then once you're out on the road, you can use a variety of different sizes of solar panels. Obviously, the smaller the solar panel, the longer this takes to charge. One of the ones that I got to go with this is this guy, which is the Nomad 20. Now, this solar panel is great. It actually folds out. It's pretty powerful. And it fits in your backpack or in your car, wherever, and it connects to this via one of the connections in here. This panel also is great because, unlike one of the ones I'm going to show you after this actually has multiple connections. So you can connect this to another mini solar panel. You can connect this to this directly. You can connect it to some other power banks. This connects it to that, and then you can also just connect it to USB if you want to directly charge your phone or your iPad or anything else that charges via USB. So this is really great, especially if you're somewhere where you're gonna be setting up shop for a little while and you can just lay it out on a rock or hang it in a window, something like that, to get a full charge out of that. And this is pretty quick to charge your phone. I mean, it still takes a couple hours, but it's not gonna be all day. It's a little bit faster than this one on my backpack. So I've actually got my phone here. I'm just going to plug this in and I'll show you how it works. It's pretty simple. So you just put your phone, obviously like normal. You can plug this right here into the USB. And then you just hit this little button here, USB. And right now it says 73% charged, and it's charging. And it's gonna show you right here on the generator the output of wattage that your cell phone is pulling. And now the best thing to do when you are using this is actually to also have your solar panel plugged into it so that you can be recharging it while you're taking the charge out. And it will actually show you on this meter here how much you're bringing in and how much you're using at the same time. So it's really fantastic product. And then if you guys want to see this thing in action, I actually have a hairdryer here. So you just plug this in the AC section and you press the AC button, and voila! Who said you can't go camping and have fabulous hair? So there's all kinds of uses for this, and they get better and better depending on the bigger size generator that you get. This thing does weigh about 20 pounds, so it's not light. It's not something that you can just kind of bring with you camping unless you're car camping. But if you have another use for it in your vehicle driving, it's great. You can also take it to the beach with you, which my friends did the other day for a movie shoot they were doing. So it's got a lot of uses, and I highly recommend it. The next generator I want to talk to you guys about is called the Iforway. Now, this is not available yet in the United States, but it's something that I sourced specifically because I needed something that could charge my camera batteries and have AC power, but was still compact enough for me to be able to carry on multi-day backpacking trips. Now, it's a 120 watt generator, so it's quite a bit smaller than this in capacity, but it's also a lot lighter. So it comes in this great little carrying case if you want to carry it in that, which I won't be when I'm hiking. However, it's only this big, and it still weighs, I would say, somewhere between 5 and 7 pounds. So it's still pretty heavy to have in your backpack while you're hiking or camping, backpacking, whatever you're doing off-grid. It's still a little bit heavy. But the great thing that I love about this thing is that it does have AC power and USB, and it even has a little emergency light if you need a flashlight in a pinch. This can be charged just like this one via the wall before you go out. So this generator, just like the bigger one and the smaller one, also will charge your phone, your iPad, your GoPro, whatever it is that you have that's this size. And as you can see, it's now charging on my phone also. And this one's pretty quick to charge. It takes a couple hours also, but it's faster than obviously the smaller one that I have in the power bank. So I'm hoping that it's going to be great for my trip to Kilimanjaro. And I'll show you this briefly. This is just the 25-watt solar panel that I got to go with my Iforway generator. And as you can see, this one's pretty big. It's a little bit larger than the Goal Zero one, and this is a 25 watt instead of a 20, so it should be able to charge a little bit more. And this also has a connection to go straight into the generator, or you can charge via USB also. Now, one thing I have noticed with all these different generators and all these different products is that almost all of them have different connections that they need. For instance, this has a very specific input right here. This other one has a different size. So this has a 9-volt input while this one has a 19-volt input. So you can't use the same solar panels to charge them, which is a little bit annoying. This one obviously is USB only, so you can't use this to charge that. And if you're using a regular size solar panel, you actually need a cable that looks like this. This is a 8mm to MC4 connection. So these guys are called MC4 connections, and these will plug directly into large solar panels. So if you wanted to sequence, say, 1 to 5 solar panels, you would need a cord like this to go to the generator, and then you would also need multiple other cords that look like this on both ends, have the male and female of the MC4 to connect all the solar panels together. But once you've kind of figured out all the cables you need, it's not that complicated. While we're talking about generators, if there are other ones that any of you know about that are small and compact and that could potentially charge something via AC and USB, I would love to hear about it. All the links to these products will be in the description below. But if there's any other ones that you guys would recommend out there, I'd love to hear about it. Please either leave a comment in this video or send me an email through my website at alicesadventuresonearth.com. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you have any other questions about solar generators, solar panels, or things to keep you going off grid like this backpack or any other ones that I recommend, please let me know. And I will see you guys out on another adventure very soon. Thanks so much for watching.